Alrighty, ho everyone, my name is Mr. Fruit, and welcome to Demon Bluff, the demo. Now, I haven't seen too much, but from what I understand, it's like a puzzle social deduction kind of game, but alone. So it's introverted social interaction, so like this is like made for me. But from the little bit I saw, the little like logic puzzle or whatever they got going on was enough for me to be like, alright, we gotta try this. You guys know I love roguelikes. There is one evil among all characters. Find and kill it. Saucy. This is your deck. These characters can be drawn and appear in your current game. Oh, it's my lover. Hopefully my wife's not watching. The gem crafter. Oh, they have like an ability, I guess. Learn one good character. The hunter, the enlightened, and the minion. I lie and disguise. I assume that's who we're looking for. All right, so you can... Of course, it's on a pentagram. You can click on cards to reveal their characters. Did I ever tell you guys my cousins growing up? My aunt was so strict. Like old Bible thump to the T that they couldn't watch like Scooby-Doo or Casper because it had ghosts. Anything with witches or the reference Harry Potter. So anyway, that was like 15, 20 years ago. Saw her this summer. Turns out she's like the biggest Game of Thrones fan ever. She has done a complete 180. She was telling me all the stuff she watches and enjoys. I'm like, are you the same aunt? It was great. Oh, and you know what's also great? All of her favorite things are like period pieces. She's like, I love like samurai stuff or Vikings. She's like, I just watched Kingdom and I've watched Vikings. Love Game of Thrones and the fans. I'm like, what the heck? So that was great. We bonded over that. Anyway, you can click on cards to reveal their characters. This is character info. Well, I just gave you some character info. Not in the game, but some character info. Use it to deduce who is evil. Most characters activate after reveal. But be careful. Evil characters will lie about their role and info. Okay, so this is supposedly the gem crafter who says number 2 is good. Number 2 would be right here. You see a little number above their cards. So if I were to reveal number 2, I am 1 card away from closest evil. Okay, well, see, that's interesting because one of these has to be the minion then, regardless of looking at the other cards because... Oh, wait. No. Oh, see. All right. See, now I have to be careful. Yeah, okay. No, so this could be true, and then you could be right. Oh, God, I got it. I'm going to have to really, like, read carefully, and if there's one thing I don't do when I'm recording, it's read carefully. So, if you're 1 card away from the closest evil, let's skip to 5 and see what they have to say. Closest evil is counterclockwise. She's saying number 5 is saying that number 2 is evil. But number 2 is saying one of these is evil. So if this was right, this would have to be right. Which means that's wrong. So this has to be right. So it's this. Huh? Alright, let me reveal the other ones. No evils adjacent to me. 1 evil adjacent to... Okay, in this mode you can kill suspected evil characters. Click dagger again, tags to this mode. Die! Most killed characters reveal their true role. Oh my god. I just failed the first round. Alright, we're gonna have to warm up. Wait, okay, so... Wait, I did do this wrong. No. No, do it... Wait, how's this right? Okay, hold on. Let me double check this. Okay, so if you're saying they're evil, then this would be a lie. But then that would be a lie. All right, if this is the start, we're cooked. Closest evil is counterclock. Oh, okay. I think I see where I misunderstood. Okay. It's not... the first counterclockwise. It's just saying that counterclockwise. So I assume before I get to like this, because then otherwise it would say clockwise. So if it's not that, it would be you, which means you're correct because this could be evil. You would be right because this is adjacent. Gosh dang it. Okay, well, it's good we know that now. Because I guess I should have realized like this specifies 1 card. Ah, there we go. They'll just save. All evil characters have been executed. Yo, this is gonna bring out the chatters who are like, oh my god, I had to stop. Dude, how could you... What are they, like type A or whatever? And you know what that is? Engagement, baby. And then I'll just pretend that I'm making these mistakes on purpose. I unlock some new characters. I really like the art style. Learn a good character in its role. Pick a character. I wonder if they're lying. Okay, so do I draw these? Or they could be new villagers. Well, now we got 6. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Now there's 6 of them. So this is... We got to get through 7 villages. Higher number, higher difficulty. Runs in after village 12. Jesus. Okay. Let's start with lucky number 1. No evils adjacent to me. Well, how could I listen to my lover? How about number 2? I am 1 card away from the closest evil. So it might be number 3. Now hold up. Characters with like a arrow symbol. You can click on this character to activate it. Pick 1 character and learn if they're lying. Well, it has to be one of these, right? Pick a character. Number 2 is lying. Wait. I'm not thinking about the... Wait. Oh! I forgot. This can be the minion, and they're lying about the... Those sussy... Okay. Alright. I gotta stop jumping to conclusions. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm like, bro, how's that possible? Oh, that's right. He who casts the first... Actually, he who casts the second. Yeah, I should reveal all the cards, but I'm like, oh, bro, number 2's lying. No, they were lying. Okay, but we're learning, you know. Slowly gonna die here. Actually, not slowly, pretty quickly. Whatever, we'll figure out what you do if I reveal you. Start with 1 again. Okay, Empress. 1 is evil. 3, 5, or 4? Well, let's start with 3. The Judge. I'm not going to use your ability yet, as I've learned. Number 4 is the Confessor. If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. Now, what does corrupted mean? Corrupted characters lie, and their ability doesn't work. Wait, what? They lie, and their ability... They keep their alignment. Wait, so how do I know if they're corrupted? Okay. Number 5. I am 1 card away from the closest evil. Alright. Number 2, it's the Wretch. I register as a random evil minion to other characters. You are a wretch. Okay. Number 7. Number 1 is good. And number 6, number 5 is a real hunter. Which seems like the Confessor would be evil. Let's see, if I go to the Judge, if I see if they're telling the truth, I guess they could be telling, because they're either evil or corrupted. Yeah, I gotta bring in like my Among Us days. And guess what? I vented a lot of the wrong people. But I get ahead of myself. I get too excited. Alright, I have no reason to believe these are incorrect. So who... I guess I should check if you're aligned. They're telling the truth. Okay, we're going with the Confessor. Nah, sir. All evil characters have been executed. I was never worried. New characters unlock. Twin minion. I lie and... So now there's going to be 2 of them? Oh, this is getting out of hand. Okay, number 1. Number 5 is good. Number 5. 2 evils adjacent to me. Number 6. Okay, well that would make sense because Wretch would appear as an evil minion. And number 4. Pick 3 characters. Learn how many of them are evil. Can I pick yourself? Because otherwise... I know you're not. Okay, so there's a good chance this is correct though. Which would mean that's correct. We at least have 1, so Jester is very likely another. Number 7 says number 1 is a real gem crafter, which leads me to believe that's true. Number 2 is enlightened. The closest evil is clockwise, which would so far be the only other one that doesn't ring true. There's 2 Jesters. What the heck? pick 3 characters. Learn how many of them are evil. Boom. Number... boom, boom. Among 317, there are 0 evils. Okay, so they have to both be lying, right? So if I kill you... which means... Okay, see, now my brain's on the right wavelength. And I'm actually revealing all the cards. And I'm actually using my brain. Who knew that we'd be better off? Bombardier in the night. I can't die. Well, then, if you're evil, how does that work? Number 1. You know what this reminds me of, too? The Blueprints 3 chests. Like the logic puzzle where it's like, the second chest is a lie. The third one is empty. The first one is telling the truth or whatever, you know? And then you have to pick it. Anywho, number 1. 1 is evil between 2, 3, or 6. So number 2 says that they are good. Number 3 says, well, they're a knight. So they can't die, whatever that means. And number 6, closest evil is equidistant. So it's saying it's surrounded by evil. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Well, if this one's telling the truth, I mean, it could be one of these. Okay, let's see what 7 is. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Well, it... Oh, no. I was about to say, well, if that's true, this would have to... No. Remember, it's just... It's not one away. It's just counterclockwise. So I guess that could be all the way to here or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So any of these, I guess. Number 5 is a wretch, which would appear as an evil minion, and that would count as the evil. Number 4 is a bombardier. We just lost this one. Lose if you execute me. Okay, well, I really don't want to execute you then. And number 8. Number 2 is a real confessor. Learn if closest evil to me is... Learn equidistant if evils are at the same distance from me. So if it's directly across... but see... I think equidistance is saying evils. If it was only 1, I think it would still just say clockwise or counterclockwise. But the only thing that messes me up is technically if you were to go 3 this way or 3 this way and number 2 was evil... That could be it, but it says evils. And I don't have clarification on that. So I'm going to assume... Well, okay, that's confusing. Okay, if they were equidistant, let's see. These 2 could be evil. These 2, right? I think that's all it would be. So... Now, hold on a minute. Unless 6... is evil, which it could be, it would have to be 5 and 7 because unless it's lying to me, 5 should show up as evil to it, which would then make enlightened a liar, which means that the closest evil is actually clockwise. Somewhere over here. And then maybe this one would be a lie if 7 was a lie, but that's under the assumption that 6 is good. 4 gives me nothing. 3 just can't die. Huh. Okay, so what do we... Number 2 is a real confessor, and I am good. Do we have any reason to believe that's not true? If it's false... This would have to be false, because if this is false, this is false. Which means this is true, and they would not be equidistant, so that's not possible, so these have to be right. So that eliminates 2. Actually, well, wait a minute. So if we know this is good and this is good, it has to be 7 and 5 or 1 and 3 if, again, 6 is right, because if it's not this, it can't be 4 as well, if this is telling the truth. And if it's not this, well... Doesn't matter anyway. But the problem is, I don't know if this is true or not. We would immediately pretty much solve this if I knew that if this was true or not. Closest evils. So if this is true, 1, 2. which means... Oh, wait a minute. If this is true and this is true, then 7 would be saying that 5 is evil. But in order for this to be right, then 5 and 7 would be evil. So guaranteed one of these cannot be right. So if I were to say 7 was wrong and 1 is wrong, well, that would have to be right, and that doesn't work. So then we assume this is correct. I feel like 6 has to be wrong. I'm trying to think. If 1 is wrong, and so none of these are evil, then it's telling the truth. So that's evil. But then... Well, actually, wait, no, that would work. But then I don't know who the second evil is, do I? No, that... Fudge! I was thinking too much. I was... Oh, fudge. Okay, it's 6 is... Of course, it's the one I was operating under the assumption for the longest time that was right. Suck. Okay. Now, can the wretch also be evil? I guess I didn't think about that. It registers, but could it also be evil? Character type, usually good. Flawed, but good. Learn to work on the flaws. Character alignment. Avoid executing them. Lose 5 health when you execute a good character. Outcast. Villager. Usually good. Okay, who's like usually not good? Character type, usually good. Character type, usually... Yeah, they're all usually good. That's part of the game. Okay, anyway. Alright, so I got that wrong. So this was true. Yeah, so that doesn't help me. Okay, so this was wrong. Which means this could have been right. These are right. Holy suck. But so if 6 is wrong and this is right, it can't be these, so it's between 4 or 5. Is this a 50-50 or am I tripping? Okay, so you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Yeah, we obviously know you're bad. You're bad. You should be good. Sus. I'm pretty sure with the current information that we have that it's just Gamba. So let's kill the bombardier. So free. Oh, we were never worried, baby. Ah, we got it. Now, from what I understand, that was Village 5 out of 12. What's that about? New characters unlocked. You cannot reveal the last card. Oh, great. I lie and disguise. Learn how far a specific evil is to another closest evil. All right. How bad could this be? Number 1. Number 8 is a real enlightened. Number 8 says closest evil is clockwise. Okay, so if this is true, it'll be one of these, right? Or one of these. This would be equidistant. Number 4 is a real scout. Minion is 1 card away from closest Minion is 1 card away from the closest evil. So I have to find the minion card. That's the judge. That's bombardier. That's the scout. The witch is 2 cards away from... Okay, what is 3? Wait, what? Oh, wait. Oh, you gotta be kidding. So this is the witch. I didn't reveal it, but I guess even just because it's on the board, I can't reveal the last one. But wait a minute. I guess, what if they're lying? Which is 2 cards? But I don't think they just lie about something on the board, because if I flip that, that'd be way too obvious. But this has to be a witch. What the fudge? Okay. Wait, which... which? Get it? Hold on, can I... Character type usually evil. Has a 60% chance to disguise as a copy of a random villager outcast. Character alignment. Oh, wait a minute. No, so they could be any of these. What the fudge? Oh, I hate the witch. Okay, so then I don't know. Alright, well, let's go through this. Okay, closest evil is clockwise. If this was evil, then that would be evil because it says it's real. So they'd both be wrong, which I guess is possible. Number 4 says they're a real scout. If that's true, minion is 1 card away from the closest evil. But I have no idea where the closest evil is. I could use the judge to see if someone's telling the truth, but if that's the minion, then that could be a lie. And then the witch is 2 cards away from the closest. I'm starting to think I'm actually too smooth brain for this. Okay. So we want to make sure if we're ever going to kill the bombardier, we're really sure. Otherwise, we just 100% lose. So there's a witch in here somewhere. And this could be the witch. Or any of these could be a witch. If number 4 is telling the truth, then the evil and the minion are right next to each other. But it says that the witch is 2 cards away from the closest evil. But I don't know where the evil is. What the fudge? I literally don't know how to eliminate any of it. They're all... Okay, let's think about it. I could use the judge, but again... How do I know the judge is lying? Or telling the truth? Number 5 isn't... As from what I gather, number 4 and 5 don't contradict. I thought so at first. But it says that the witch is 2 cards away. Oh, well... See, I guess I'm interpreting... them differently. I interpret it because I was interpreting that 2 cards away from them from the closest, but no, I guess. Okay, yeah, they're the same wording, but for some reason I interpreted them differently. I don't know what to tell you. That is strange. My brain is a bizarre thing. Okay, so 4 or 5 contradict. If 4 is wrong, 2 is wrong. Which would... Now, wait a minute, which would make sense, because if the witch is 2 cards away from the closest evil, this would be the closest evil, that would be the witch. Because if this is false, that means the minion and the evil aren't 1 card close together. So if this was evil, it couldn't be theirs, and that would make sense that that would then be incorrect. Survey says... Okay, does it show me what number 3 was? I wish it showed me. 1 fake outcast is added to the deck view. Aw, I lie and disguise. These boners. Okay. Hello, have mercy. Number 1, we got the gesture. Pick 3 characters. Learn how many of them are evil. Number 2. Number 1 is good. I hope so. Number 3. Number 2 is a real gem crafter. Okay, well, you're all interacting. We like that. Number 4 is a judge. Number 5 is a gem crafter, saying number 6 is good. And number 6 is a scout that says the witch, 2 cards away from the closest evil. Number 7 says that the lover is adjacent to an evil. And number 8 can't be revealed. Okay, so if number 2 is false, then number 1 would be bad, but that would also mean that number 3 is bad, so that's not possible. Because if this is a liar, then that's a liar. which would make that a liar, and that's 3 minions, which cannot happen. So we're going to mark you as safe, safe, safe. Which means the jester should actually tell me the truth. And tell me how many of the things I picked are evil. I think. So if number 6 is wrong, that would make you wrong. And that would mean that the witch is not 2 cards away, which would be right. That would make you 1 evil adjacent. Okay, so I'm going to use the jester. And I'm going to use it on 7, 6, 5. There are 2 evils. Oh, he's getting it now. All evil characters have been executed. We unlocked the Slayer and the Knitter. My wife. Pick a character. If evil picked, execute it. Oh. And I'm assuming you can't fake that, right? Learn how many evils are adjacent to each other. Okay. Oh, Ascension completed. Ascension level increase. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? There's 1 evil among all characters. Happen. In my current deck. We're starting with a witch? Come on, man. That's cooked. Ascension 2. It shows your prestige and how many villagers you already saved. Okay. Number 1. What do we got? Closest evil is clockwise, which would be one of these. 1 is evil. Number 6, 4, or 1. And then the Slayer. Slayer. Okay, so the witch won't let me see. Okay, so I should look at 6 or 4 since it's calling those out. 6, 4. Okay. Now, hold on. Outcast. Can they... or outcast. Okay, I was wondering if they could disguise an outcast. They can. So... if this is... wrong, well, that would work because then there can't be an evil one in 6, 4, 1, which means 5 is safe. It has to be 6, 4, 1, or 2, right? Because if this is right, then it has to be 6, 4, or 1, and if this is wrong, it's 2, which means 3 is good. So I could slay somebody. I could try to slay the judge, and if the judge doesn't die, then I know the judge is telling the truth. Or I guess I'm just doing more steps. If I just do 2, then I know one way or the other, right? Wait, no. Hold on. Well, if they don't get executed, then I know it's 6, 4, 1, but that doesn't actually narrow it down. Now, if they get executed, then I know. So I think actually getting rid of the judge is better. Okay, so the judge is vibing, which actually means then if I do enlightened, I will know either way, because if they're telling the truth, it has to be the Empress, and if they're lying, it has to be the Bombardier. Otherwise, if I select the Empress and she's telling the truth, it's a 50-50. Number 1 is lying. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh my god, he actually did it correctly. See, that's why before I wasn't thinking about it, but it's like, wait a minute, I could do this. But if I do another play, I actually eliminate more choices. Otherwise, I'm going to be left with more 50-50s, which we don't want. I never died. We got the Poisoner, but I hardly know her. Game start 1, adjacent villager is corrupted, if possible. Corrupted characters lie, and their ability doesn't work, but they keep their alignment. I hate them, thanks. The Bard. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley, and he Learn how far I am from closest corrupted character. Well, how about we start with... You know what? We do number 1 every time. Let's switch it up and go with number 1. We got the judge. You know what? Opposites. We'll go like the pentagram, you know? I guess, which then I should have started. Whatever. The knitter. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Okay. 7. There is only one pair of evil. What do they mean by that? There's only one pair of evil? A pair means that they're next to each other. Okay. So one of these knitters is line. So number 3 is a bard. I'm 1 card away from a corrupted character. So if this is false, this would be true, which means they have to be next to each other. Which very well means that could be next to this, which would... well, actually, no. It doesn't have to be evil. A corrupted character and evil are different. Let's see. Number 4 says that number 8 is a real bombardier. So I know number 8 is a bombardier, which won't give us any information, so I'll leave that one last. Number 2, the closest evil is clockwise. Number 6, I'm good. Oh, and I could... Wait, what? I thought... What happened to the witch? Does it just randomly draw from my total... Is that how that works? It have to be a witch. Oh. Not in this draw, I guess. Okay, so... Well, I was... Okay. Confessor says they are good. Oh, okay, so... This guy... 1 adjacent villager is corrupted. Okay. Making them lie. If you're evil, and you're the poisoner, you would be making this person corrupted, which is lying, which would satisfy the bard. However, if that's... Oh, but you can be corrupted, not evil, which would mean that's evil, but then this wouldn't be true, so that can't be it. So if this is the poisoner... Wait, does... Okay, no. If this is the poisoner, that means they're lying, which would means that is a real... That's a fake bombardier, so they would both be evil. But then one of these has to be. But if the poisoner was there, it could be corrupting the bard to say that it's 1 card away. If it's the other way, if you're corrupted, the closest evil would be counterclockwise, which would be the judge. And then it would be the judge and the bombardier. But then that would mean you're wrong. And that's 3 wrong. Now, hold up a minute. Okay, everything... Well, actually, no. I was going to say every... Okay, let's assume... Let's assume this is... right. Let's just assume here. Okay. That means you have to be right. Which means that you could be... Well, if you're an evil, and you're not corrupting... Actually, that would make sense, because then the enlightened would be right. You'd be evil. And you would not be adjacent to a evil person, meaning you would be wrong. So let's use the judge. Now, granted, do I know for certain the judge is right? No. Number 3 is lying. Okay. Well, there goes that. So they're telling the truth. But how does that... Oh, wait a minute. I hate the poisoner. Okay, wait. So, they could be lying. This is telling wait, so is the poisoner corrupted themselves? No, they're not corrupted. Wait, no. Okay, hold on. Because then I was like, you could be telling the knitter that... But no, that... Holy suck. Okay. So you were innocent. Oh, but they are lying though. But you, no, wait, this tells me a lot, right? So you're lying, which means you're corrupted. But how could that be? Isn't the poisoner the one next to them? One adjacent villager is corrupted. What the Sigma? So they're more than one card. Oh. No, okay, my brain is getting way too many things mixed up here. Okay. No, they are lying. Which means none of you are corrupted. Right? So we know you were good. Okay, there's too much. No, I'm losing my train of thought. What the fudge? There's so many things. So if you're good, but you were lying, you were corrupted. But to be corrupted, you have to be next to the poisoner. Oh, which can happen because, again, the poisoner's not corrupt. I'm thinking corrupted and evil are the same thing. That's not the case. So, one of these has to be the poisoner. Oh my god, wait. Wait, no, what if the judge is... Okay. So if... Okay, so if the... If the judge is lying, the number 3 is true. Wait, which means... Wait, that could work, because if this is the poisoner, this would be corrupted, so it should really say counterclockwise, and it's corrupted, so it's next to the bard. And if that's true, then it would not be a pair, so you'd have to be evil. Holy stuck. Okay, so you guys are actually good. Wait, no, but I don't know that. But now I'm assuming if the judge is... But it works. If the judge is lying about them lying, it checks out. Because let's try and go through the other scenario where you are telling the truth. You are lying. So you're not one card away from a corrupted character. So then, if you're corrupted, you would be the poisoner, and you would be the minion. But then you would be wrong. So I think it's 1 and 2. It's the only thing that makes sense, right? Oh my god. I clicked too fast. I said it was 1 and 8. Why did I click 2? Oh. Okay, well, I got it right. I clicked wrong. I always said this would be the corrupted one. Oh man, this is just like the game to make Mr. Fruit Papega plays. Holy suck. Lose 1 heart. On last heart, lose current score and restart the run. Okay. Alright, now look. My brain already hurts, okay? So, give me a little, okay? There's a lot going on here. There are 2 evils among all characters. Find and kill them. And the poisoner boner again. Alright. What did we draw this time? Okay, well, we only have 2 evils, so that makes sense. Okay. Let's work backwards. Number 8 is a wretch. Number 7 is a judge. Number 6 is a scout. And the poisoner is 3 cards away from the closest evil. Number 5 says number 7 is a real judge. And if that's... Hold on. No, keep going. Number 4 is a jester. Number 3 is an empress. 2 is the bard. I'm 4 cards away from a corrupted character. And 1 is the slayer. Okay, but see, this is what I'm confused. If they're posing as a Slayer, and I use the ability on an evil, would it not execute it? And then if I use it on an innocent person, well, surely it still couldn't execute them because it would show as a fake evil, which isn't possible. So, as far as I can tell, if Slayer is evil, it'll just never kill anything. Okay. Let's see here. 1 is evil between... I don't know why it goes out of order. 1, 6, or 8. Now, at the very least, that could technically be right, because Wretch appears as evil, which would mean the Slayer and Scout are correct. The Bard is 4 cards away from a corrupted character, which would be the Scout, but that would mean the Scout is lying, which is still satisfies Empress, because corrupt and evil are different. Then Slayer's doing whatever. So if you're corrupted, that would mean this would be the Poisoner corrupting you. And if that's false, then the Judge is false. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to use the Judge on the Bard. It says they're lying. But now I slay the Judge. Aha, see? Okay. Here was my thinking, right? If someone was fake, then so would the Judge. But the Judge would give a false positive. But if I use the Judge on someone starting the chain of events, aka the Bard, and if it told me it was lying or telling the truth, I could then use the Slayer. And if they lived, then I know they're telling the truth. If they died, they didn't. And because I killed him, then I know that number 5 is lying. You know, sometimes I can get it quick, and then other times not so much. There's more? Okay. Fortune Teller, pick 2 characters. Learn if any of them are evil. So it's kind of like the... Oh, it's kind of like the Jester, except the Jester just says a number of evil. I think this will tell you if they're evil or not. And then the Oracle, learn that 1 out of 2 characters is a specific minion role. Okay. What did we draw? Wait, we got the Witch and... Bah! 1 fake outcast is added to the deck view. So either Bombardier or Wretch, I guess. And the Witch, you cannot reveal the last card. Okay. Hit him with number 1. 1 evil adjacent to me. So let's see what 7 is. A Slayer, and 2 is a Confessor, who is saying they're good, and the Slayer could be good, which means the Lover could be wrong. Number 3 is the Bombardier. Number 4 is... Now, wait a minute. There can't be 2. Okay, so... number 5. I'm 2 cards away from a corrupted character. Do I have anyone in here corrupting, though? No one can be corrupted, right? Oh, wait, no, the Confessor can. Wait, but you are 2 cards away from a corrupted character, and the Confessor is 3. Now, hold on a minute. So then... I mean, literally, there's just no way this can be telling the truth. The only way this is telling the truth is says I'm 3 cards away, because this is the only possible corrupted. Yeah, like, there's no way he's telling the truth. And there's no one to corrupt the Bard. So, like, that just... Right? Okay, yeah. Which means... Now, see, can the Slayer give me a positive? It could be evil, but still killed an evil for me? So, that's satisfied. There could be an evil adjacent. So it has to be one of these, no? And these have to be good? Because this one satisfies. You're clear. Because if this is lying, well, it's evil. If it's telling the truth, then one of these has to be evil. So it can't be that, can't be that. They're saying they're good. The Slayer killed a dude. This is a 33% chance. Oh, but hold on a minute. If we rewind to there can only be 2 lovers. Or one. One lover. And so if we know that one's right, that one has to be in disguise. Yerp. Lord have mercy. How many? Okay. Plague Doctor. Game start. 1 good villager is corrupted. Pick a character. If it's corrupted, learn an evil character. Oh, that's fun. Alchemist. Villagers to the left and right of me, range 2, are cured from corruption. Learn how many I cured. Number 1, we have the Bombardier. Thanks for nothing. Number 2 is the Jester. Number 3, oh wait, what did we draw? The Poisoner and the Minion. Okay, so we have... Oh, Lord. So, you could be deceiving. Or, like, you could be corrupted. You'll corrupt someone. You'll corrupt someone. So at the very least, there's 3 corrupted. Right. Number 4. I cured 1 corruption. Now, hold on. It could be... So if it's the Plague Doctor, then its ability will lie to me? Is that what's... Or the Slayer's ability will... I'm 2 cards away from a corrupted character. So the Alchemist could be wrong then. Because, I don't know, it seems like... Corrupted characters will lie and their ability will not work. So I guess if I use their ability and it worked, then I know they're not. Otherwise, Alchemist is lying. Number 7 says that they're good. Alright, well, we have 2 Jesters, so we immediately know it's a Jester. Pick a character if it's corrupted or an evil character. So if you're corrupted... okay. How do we eliminate this? I mean, they could be evil but not corrupted. Corrupted, they would say I am dizzy. But they're saying I'm good, so they could only be evil. So if I figure this... Wait, the problem is this isn't 100%. So if I check him for corruption and it doesn't cleanse, then I'm still boned, because then... Wait, no. Because the Plague Doctor, if he is corrupted... yeah. The Plague Doctor would fizzle if he is corrupted, so his ability wouldn't work, making it seem like he's not corrupted. So that doesn't eliminate anything. So somebody has to be corrupt. Or you're lying. If you're lying, you're not corrupted. You're not corrupted. But then between the 2 Jesters, I'm not sure which one's good, so I don't know which ability to listen to. Wait, you know what I could do? Use both Jesters to check the same characters and then Slayer 1. And if they don't, either way I'll know which Jester's real. And then I'll use the Jester's results. Okay, hold on. So let me check here, here, and here. There are 2 evils among 6, 5, and 4. Okay, so then if I go 7, 4, 3. Well, now hold on a minute. Okay, there's 1 evil, so that's not possible. So execute. You. Okay. So easy. So now I know that the Jester is being corrupted because it's saying that 6, 5, and 4... Wait. There's... Could both of these guys turn into both Jesters? Like, there has to be a normal Jester, right? 100%, right? Because then that means the Confessor is evil. It's the Poisoner corrupting them. Because, yeah, it says 6, 5, and 4 have 2, which is literally impossible because 2 is evil. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're evil. It just means they're corrupted. And if that's true, 1 is evil. Oh, it could be number 1 too. Okay, well, yeah, we knew for certain, so. I just try not to, I almost never look at the Bombardier, because if I was wrong there, we just we insta-lose. Because that's the Bombardier's ability, but nah, okay, now we're kind of cooking. Yo, Ascension 2 goes crazy, man. What the fudge? The Counsellor. Game start. 1 villager becomes an outcast. Roll. I sit next to an outcast. I lie in disguise. Doppelganger. I disguise as a good villager currently in play. What? No. It was so easy to tell. But now there can be 2 of the same, and it could be a doppelganger being a boner. They're on to me. 9? Time out. Time out. 9? What are we doing here? Wasn't it just like 7? Alright, what did we draw? The Counsellor, who turns a villager into an outcast, and they'll sit next to 1. We have the doppelganger, of course. What? And then a fake outcast is added to the... So one of these is fake, but I don't know which, because otherwise I could narrow down where the Counsellor is. Okay. Hunter. I am 2 cards away from the closest evil. Number 2. Oracle. 1 or 4 is a Counsellor. Number 6 is a real lover. Sheesh, how do you know that? Number 4 is a Slayer. Number 5 is a Hunter. I am 2 cards away from the closest evil. Now, if both Hunters are telling the truth, that would mean number 3 is a lie, and number 6 is not a lover. Number 7... Well, now we have 2... Wait, that would make sense. We have 2 of this. Number 4 is a real Slayer. Wait, but if you're wrong... No, you'd be right. Which, that... Okay. Number 8, the Confessor says, I'm good. And a Bombardier. Wait, why did we only... Wait. Number 1 has to be a Counsellor, right? No, or... Wait, oh my god. So the doppelganger... This could be an outcast, or this could be an outcast. This, like, one of these could be the doppelganger, which means the Counsellor could be here, here, or here, so that really narrows it down. But if this is lying... Which, to be fair, it could be, because I don't think there's any way number 4 is a Counsellor. I don't think. So this could be the Counsellor, because if they're evil, they'll say they're good. And that's next to an outcast. Oh, and you know what? If this is an outcast, technically it's... But then if the Counsellor's number 8, this is a lie. Which would make this a lie, so that doesn't work. Okay, so I think you're good. Otherwise, there's no way it works. Number 1 or 4 is a Counsellor. Let's say you're wrong. Then... Does I have anyone corrupting? No. I mean, as far as I can tell, I don't see how there's any way this could... Wait, no, it could be a counselor. Because this could be the doppelganger. And does the doppelganger tell the truth? I think so. But this could be the doppelganger telling the truth, which means this... But that doesn't make sense. Which would mean this is right. But this would be wrong. This would be right. Which means one of these has to be wrong. No, that could be right. Because then if this is lying, the evil is 3 cards away. Which would mean number 4 could be a real slayer. So I think we go to kill number 2. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, we got to scrap everything we know. Because now either... No. Now we know. Now we know, right? So if this couldn't kill, it means they're good. And if they're good, 1 or 4 is it. No, but wait a minute. No, but the number 1 couldn't be right. Because you're 3 away from you. Because... Wait, no, so you could be... Hold on. Okay, so no, you're right. Which means you would be right. Which means you would... No, you're not wrong. This guy would be wrong. Okay, so number 1, that would make you a counselor. You're next to an outcast. And that would mean this hunter is not 2 away. Number 6 is a real lover, and they are adjacent. Number 4 is a real slayer and couldn't kill the person telling the truth. Yes! So free, baby. Look at me, dude. My brain hurts, but look at me, dude. Character unlocked. A drunk. I disguise as a random, not in play villager. I'm corrupted and I lie. I cannot be cured. What? What good are you? What? There's a lot going on here. As a villager not in play, you're corrupted, you lie, and you can't be cured. Okay. And with the druid, pick 3 characters, learn 1 random outcast among them, if any. Okay. Who are we dealing with here? Oh, no, shot! There's 3 of them now. Oh, oh no, okay. There's a fake outcast added to the deck view. Oh, I can't reveal the last one because the witch and then the minion. Holy suck. Okay. Let's go number 9, birth month. The Slayer. Let's go number 5. 1 evil adjacent to me. Well, let's see what's adjacent to you. The Empress, who says 1 is evil between 9 and 8 or 3. And number 4, who says the closest evil is equidistant. And 9, 8, or 3 could be evil, so I need to see... Number 3... Oh, gosh dang it. Is this... Okay, so these... Do I have a... I don't have a doppelganger in here, do I? No. Okay, so 1 of you is evil. Sauce. Let's check number 8. Who says number 9 is good. You say 5, 4, or 1. I have 5 and 4 revealed, so let's look at 1. 1 is a wretch, which means the bombardier shouldn't be on the playing field. And then I can only reveal 1 more. So what would give us the most information? Closest evil is equidistant. Okay, so if this is true, and you're lying, then that would mean this is true. And for the evil to be equidistant, if it were here, that would mean it's... Would it say closest evil? Oh, wait, no, there's 3. Oh. But I forgot there's 3 of them. Oh, no. Okay. Never mind, that doesn't work. So, jeez. Okay, number 9 is good. And it's a Slayer. Why would I have reason to not believe that? In which case, the only one who would be evil would be number 3, or you could be evil. Because if these are true and you're evil, then this is right. And if this is right, one is evil between 5, 4, or 1. Which would be wrong. Okay, but this can mean 2 evils, right? Yeah. Okay, but see, here's what I'm thinking, right? If this is wrong, or no, if they're evil, 9, 8, 3 are good. And then if this is telling the truth, whatever this is would be evil. And that satisfies that. The wretch is doing whatever the wretch does. You would be right. And then 1 being evil between 1, 5, or 4 would also mean that is evil, and that would be it. So let's see what number 2 is. Oh my god, I forgot about corruptions. Wait, no. Okay. Who could be corrupting anybody? I don't think anybody could corrupt anybody, right? Well, yeah, so the alchemist is just straight up lying, right? Because also, how could... Can the wretch be corrupted? You don't do anything. Oh, wait a minute. No. I was wrong. I forgot the wretch... Right. The wretch will identify as an evil. So number 3 could still be telling the truth. But that could still be lying. Right, because, I mean, one of the empresses, no matter what, has to be evil. But then... Well, that still says... So then this, I just don't know what this is. But that one might be the evil one. Because you would have 1 evil. You would see the wretch. And then no more. You did not cure 2 corruptions. These are right. So we're going to find out by trying to kill this empress. Okay. Which means you should be wrong and you should be wrong. Yeah, baby. Let's freaking go. Puka. GameStar villagers adjacent to me are corrupted if possible. Great. More corruption. Frickin'. Alright, what do we got here? We got the Puka. Okay. Oh, and Poisoner. So, 3 deceptions. Potentially. If this spawns next to Outcast or other minions. Yeah. Although, now here's something. This is getting too deep. If Puka starts next to, like, Poisoner, or even the minion, and they disguise as a villager, they would typically lie, but could they be corrupted? And lie again by telling the truth? Or would they always just lie? Like, do 2 lies make a truth? Yeah, that's deep. I'm going to assume no. I think that's a little too deep. You know what? We're going to go summon something in this demonic pentagram. Number 2, got a hunter who is 1 card away from the closest evil. Number 7 is a wretch. 4 is a medium who says number 1 is a real knight. Number 5 is a knight. Number 9 is the alchemist who cured a corruption. That do be a knight. Do we have a witch in here? No, so I should be able to reveal everybody. Okay. Oracle. Number 8 or 4 is a minion. Number 8, closest evils counterclockwise. And number 3, I cured 2 corruption. Okay, we don't have a doppelganger. Right? So... immediately the alchemists and the knights are sus. Because there can't be two. So one alchemist and at least one alchemist and one knight are corrupted. Now, let's say Puka spawned here. You would be corrupted. But then that would be wrong because Knight would be right next to you. And if that's Puka, that would mean you're lying. Which means you could be the poisoner. Oh no. Who is making the alchemist corrupted. And then if that's, or you could just be the evil. You could be the minion. But then if you're telling the truth, there would be no corruptions. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Well, that can't be right. That would mean this. And oh, by the way, this says number 8 or 4 is a minion. Okay, so what if... What the fudge? Okay, so you would be the minion. So if you're the minion, that would be telling the truth. The wretch is vibing. No, because then this would be lying. Wait, did I think I put the wrong. But no, but that can't be right. Because 8 and 4 are a minion. Okay, so that... Hold on, that doesn't work. So if, let me see here. So if you're the evil, you're corrupting. No, but that. No. Okay, I think that's a dead end. But this could be the corrupted one. Or no, sorry. This is telling the Fudge. No, okay. The knight is right, which would mean you're evil, which could be true. You could be the minion or the poisoner. But if number 1 is right, this would be right. So you would be good. Which means the knight is evil. But which one are you? But if you could be the Puka, it's when you have all these 3 deceptions, bro. It's because you could be deceiving, so you're innocent, but this one, but then both knights are bad. Okay, let's assume you're telling truth. Let's say you're the poisoner, which would mean you're being deceived. Wait, so who's the Puka? This could be the Puka? Because then you didn't actually cure corruption, but you're corrupted. And the wretch just isn't corrupted. It's doing nothing. So number 3 would be the minion. Number 5 would be the poisoner. And number 8 would be Puka. This is supposed to be Mafia the Roguelike? It is. I'm gonna be honest, there's so many options. I believe this, technically this theory works, but the problem is it's not the only theory. It's a game theory. No, wait a minute. Hold up. It's a good thing I checked. Hold up. No, okay. I thought this was the only one considered a minion because it's called minion, but this also has the minion subtype, which means... Does that change anything? Hold on. So this could be still the literal... No, yeah, that would still work. It still works, I think. Because that changes the minion tag, but... Because if this ends up being the minion or the poisoner, it no longer works. Which it... I don't think it can. Alright. I'm going to send it on one, but we have to decide which one will give us the most information. My guess is maybe the enlightened. Oh, timeout. Timeout. No, I'm good. Never mind. Resume. So, you're the corrupted one. You're the corrupted one. You're correct. Let me just double check. If you're a minion, you're not corrupting anyone. You're poisoner. You corrupt one. This has to tell the truth. That one's lying. Not a minion. Puka, who's a demon. Corrupts both. Can't be corrupted. That's lying. Okay. So then... I want to say... Maybe this guy? Because if he ends up being not evil, then he's telling the truth, which means both of these are corrupted, which is not possible because that would be evil and you'd have to be next to him. And it would cleanse that, making that not a real knight. But that doesn't work. If I kill the number 1 knight, that'll tell me if they're evil or not, and also whether or not number 4 is telling the truth. Whereas if I kill this knight, it doesn't impact any other cards. Let's send it that way. Uh-oh. No, that's what I had, right? No, that's not what I had. Okay, we got one, but... Okay, that's not... Okay, okay, hold on. I'm still technically not wrong. Oh, wait a minute. No, okay, so you corrupted him. So this guy is corrupted, but it was corrupted by the poisoner going this way. You are 1 evil away, which means you're sus. You're either corrupted or lying. This cured 2 corruptions, which is impossible, because you weren't corrupted. So maybe you're being deceived. I think this knight is good. This is sus. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Could be... Okay, wait. So if he's lying, you're not corrupted. But you could be telling a lie if you're evil. But if you're true, this would have to be evil. Because otherwise it would be equidistant. And then... if that's true... Okay, see, this could be Puka. Because 2 would be corrupted. And... but it would be lying. No, so that doesn't work. Because if this is Puka, that would be corrupted. But in reality, that would be true because Puka would be right there. So I think the wretch is safe, which means number 8 or 4 is a minion. So... if this was a minion, that could be true. Because... wait. Why would you be corrupted? Let's assume you're not. You're corrupted. We don't know about you. Okay, the alchemist. Cured 2 corruption. So, number 4 was wrong, but they're either being corrupted. No, oh. Wait a minute. Oh, but we know this one's bad. This has to be a minion or... No, this one has to be Puka. Because if this was Puka, that's the only other one that can corrupt, and it corrupts both tiles, which means the hunter would be telling a lie, but it's not. So Puka would be here. The knight has nothing to be corrupted about. So that would work. You would be evil. And that would make this true, because even if this is evil, only one's a minion. Or this will be a demon. This will be a minion, and it's lying because that would be the closest. I just realized where I went. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm kind of confused now. Okay, you were corrupted, so this has to be Puka, or this has to be Puka. But this... So you are corrupted. You're Puka. You... Wait, no, but see, that doesn't... Because if number 8 is lying... the closest evil... would actually be clockwise. Village to the left and right of me. Wait, what? Oh my god. Range 2? Oh, fudge. I didn't... That would have been good to know. Whoops. Huh. Okay. Well, thought we were getting somewhere. Okay, so you could... If you're telling the truth, well, you are corrupted, but can the knight be corrupted? I don't understand how that works just because... They don't have a truth to tell or an ability to use. So can they still be corrupted? I don't know. Because if they can, the alchemist could be telling the truth. Because these wouldn't be corrupted. We already know you are. So it's not far-fetched to think he was telling the truth. And if that's the case, this is Puka. Wait, but no. Because otherwise, how would you be corrupted? This has to be Puka. No, but... Now, see, would the hunter say, I am equidistant away from... This is... Because here's what would be happening. So if you're Puka... No, wait, no, if you... Okay, you're Puka. So number 4 and 8 are not minions. And I keep forgetting, so it says closest evil is counterclockwise. I keep forgetting Wretch registers as evil, so that is true. Which means Alchemist would be the minion just telling fake news. But I just don't know if the hunter... Wait, no. Wait, I still don't get... Okay, so if they're cured of corruption... Okay. No, I think I figured it out. Okay, stick with me here. If you're confused, don't worry, so am I. So the poisoner corrupts one adjacent villager. Now hear me out. He corrupted the hunter. So the alchemist wasn't corrupted. He was telling the truth. And of these, with a range of 2, now knowing he has a range of 2, means he cured the hunter. That's why the hunter is still telling the truth. So that still works. And then the alchemist would be lying. Because this was just straight up corrupted, brother. So you can't be telling the truth. So you have to be lying. And you can't be corrupted. This can't be Puka, I don't think, because the alchemist wouldn't have said he cured any corruptions. Because these guys aren't corrupted. He can't be corrupted. Oh, wait. This could be Puka. Which is why this didn't get cured. He still got cured. But doesn't matter either way. And then this is the minion. No, but then the oracle is lying, which can't be it. So this has to be the minion. And then there's no minion in 4 or 8, making that a liar. And the only way those are corrupted is if Puka is here. And let me double check that this satisfies everything. The alchemist, no, the poisoner corrupts the hunter. But the alchemist cures the hunter. So he's telling the truth. He's one away from evil. That's the poisoner. Alchemist says he cured 2 corruptions. There's literally corruption right next to him. Not possible. So he's either corrupted or evil. They can't... Well, they can be evil. But they can't be corrupted. Because then the alchemist wouldn't have cured anything. So they have to be evil. And then between the minion and Puka, it can't be Puka, because if Puka's here, then... No, wait, no. Now, hold on a minute. Gosh dang it. Because if they're lying, and that's Puka, let's say, corrupted, this could be lying because this could be the minion. And Enlightened is counterclockwise closest to the wretch, who registers as evil. And then the knight is Bing Chun. Wait, is this a 50-50? Because if this is the minion, this is the Puka. That still works. I'm trying to double check, but I think this might be a 50-50. Because if this is Puka, it doesn't matter. I'm assuming it doesn't matter that he got corrupted twice, you know, by poison or Puka. You can only get corrupted once. Alchemist cures you. You're corrupted, so you were lying. Then this can't be telling this has to be telling the truth, because it can't be lying. Like, the closest evil is counterclockwise. Vice versa, it would be the poisoner. So it's telling the truth. You're doing whatever. But that means 8 can't be it, and 4, as we know, is already not a minion, so you're lying. But that means you're lying because you could be the minion. And there's no way to tell if this is Puka, if the knight is Puka, you're corrupted, checks out. And you're corrupted, which checks out because number 4 and 8 aren't minions. And the only reason you'd be lying is because you're corrupted or evil. No matter what, number 3 is something. Here's what we do. If I kill number 3, it'll tell us if it's Puka or minion. And then that'll tell me which one this is, right? Okay, so then we know that that is... Hot diggity dog! Yes, sir! Oh my god. I never doubted myself. I doubted so many different times. I doubted a lot. All right. Holy. So I guess we move on to Ascension 3. As far as I can tell, this feels more like a roguelite than a roguelike. Because as far as I can tell, there is no... Like, the only thing you're... Technically, you're not unlocking power. I mean, I guess one would argue that's still a roguelike. But all you're doing is unlocking things, but they don't change so far as your power. It changes gameplay in a way, where you just get new units. It's kind of like, you know, Enter the Gungeon or something, where you might find a new gun to run across, but it's not necessarily stronger or better. And then, yeah, there's no like meta progression or anything. So it's literal sense. It is a roguelite, not a roguelike. I think I got it backwards. But it is pretty interesting how just adding those couple cards changes the puzzles and the dynamic drastically. And then suddenly it's like, oh. And you know what's crazy? That was super fun. Doctors will be recommending this, you know, prescribing this, like offset Alzheimer's. I remember back in the day, Brain Games or whatever. What was that game on like the Nintendo DS when it came out? And they're like, they're saying to play this to offset Alzheimer. And that'll be Demon Bluff. What the fudge, man? This is the demo. I believe, doesn't have a release date. It is Q1 2026. So I'm not entirely sure when that'll be, but I quite enjoyed that. That tickled my brain. And I was a little smooth brain at the beginning, and I made a couple. But then you get in the groove, and it's, ooh, you're solving a little puzzle. It's like playing Mafia with your friends, but you don't need friends. Perfect.
If you enjoyed this video, I think you might enjoy this one. With that said, thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.